How do you reprogram your subconscious mind for more wealth? Well, wealth consciousness is one of the biggest desires most of us have, and I'm going to tap into some NLP, wealth consciousness enhancing tools and modalities here in just a moment. But first I want you to ask, when we tap into higher levels of wealth consciousness and awareness around wealth, one of the first things we have to do is clean out the junk, clean out the limiting beliefs, clean out the trapped energy, the fears, the anxieties around more wealth. Because subconsciously, again, what's our body and our brain designed to do? It's designed to keep us safe. That's its first objective. And what it perceives to be safe is what it knows. So if you grew up middle class or you grew up poor, then what you know is that sort of identity around money. You want more wealth, but you don't know how you're going to get it, and you don't think it's safe. And you might have some embedded false beliefs like wealthy people are greedy, wealthy people are this, wealthy people are evil, wealthy people were crooked, whatever it may be. Or you might have some disempowering beliefs like, the only way to get wealthy is to be born wealthy, or to marry wealthy, or work hard and grow rich. Well, the book was Think and Grow Rich, not Work Hard and Grow Rich. So you have to clean out some of this junk and become aware of these disempowering beliefs. I really think it comes down to three core things. Identity. What's your identity around wealth? Second, your beliefs. What's that belief architecture like? Think of your wealth consciousness almost like building a building. If you're going to build a really tall skyscraper, you've got to have the infrastructure and the support to be able to go up, which means you have to go down first. You have to clean out and dig and build something from way down, like you're going down 6 stories before you go up, right? Same thing. So if you're building a ranch house, you don't even have to dig. You just pop on a basic foundation, pop on the main house, and you got a little ranch house. But most of us don't want a ranch house of wealth, right? We want a much higher level of wealth. So one of the metaphors I want to give you to illustrate. So let's say this glass represents a clean, pure wealth consciousness. The challenge is most of us were born into a family. All of us pretty much were born into a family of some sort, even if you were orphaned, right? You're born in a family which usually has its own lineage, which almost has its own programming and acceptance around wealth. If you're born into wealth, you probably have a receptivity and acceptance and a comfort around wealth. If you're born poor, you sort of have a receptivity and comfort around being poor. Even though you don't like it, you were born into that, that's what you know. Your body knows what it knows. So you never really start totally pure, blank slate. You start with a little bit of stuff in it, right? And then as you get older, you experience school, you experience a few setbacks, you get some more stuff, right? So now this glass is pretty freaking dirty, all right? So let's say I add a bunch more wealth consciousness. I read a bunch of wealth consciousness books, and I go to some wealth consciousness seminars, but I never deal with the trauma or the junk. So my glass is still dirty, but I just add some more water. It gets diluted a little bit, but guess what? It's still freaking dirty. I don't want to drink this, okay? So that's why you got to clean out the junk first. Clean out the junk in your trunk, all right? And that means in your money mindset beliefs. You got to shed. The first art is really letting go. What do I want to let go? All right. When I'm working with people on rewriting their money story, I'm letting go of the stories. I'm letting go of the beliefs. I'm letting go of the identity. I'm letting go of the energy. And it's a process of cleaning it out, because clean out one piece and another piece shows up. You clean out one false belief about money or wealth and another thing shows up. So you keep cleaning it out, and then you start infusing, adding more stuff into it. So for example, I went through a season where I lost $1 million, and it was really brutal, really hard. In that season, I started reading a wealth consciousness book pretty much every week for the next 36 weeks. And I read 96 books total so far on wealth consciousness and money mindset. Because I was like, I gotta build a skyscraper. I'm tired of the ranch or the 2-story home. I want a skyscraper. So I had to clean the junk out. That's where cleaning the trauma, that self-worth, often there's some self-worth issues. And that trauma acts as an energy repellent. It's like smacking you. You're going this way and it's just like a brick wall. You bounce right off. So trauma, money beliefs, and trauma associated with money, like let's say one of the clients I work with, when we dove into an NLP session, VIP day up in actually Chicago, guess what came up? When she was 16 years old, her dad lost everything. That was stuck in her body, and she was in her early 40s at that time. So it had been in her body for 24 years. We repatterned the energy, we let go of that, and it opened up a new pathway for greater wealth for her. The same thing is available for you. Do you want to elevate your wealth consciousness? Do you want to step into a higher level of connection with your wealth? Grab my Rewrite Your Money Story exercise, which is right here in the link below. go ahead and grab that, and that's a great exercise to get started. I'm gonna have some more meditations on reprogramming your money consciousness. I also have some other exercises and programs coming, like the Abundant You Challenge and others, that might be relevant for you to join in the future. I have an abundance journal, 33 days to reprogramming your mindset and your energy around wealth. Grab that. It's 33 days of just cleaning out the junk and taking hold of. So it's like you gotta think, I'm releasing and I'm receiving. Receiving and releasing, okay? It's a process of reprogramming our wealth consciousness and really anything that you wanna reprogram. It's a process of releasing and receiving. That's the rhythm you wanna be thinking of. How do I release and how do I receive? It's not striving necessarily, it's receiving and it's releasing, all right? And also back to the maps of consciousness. If you live at love and joy and acceptance and enlightenment versus shame and fear and guilt, you're more likely to attract wealth. You're more likely to attract the next level of abundance because you feel abundant, you look abundant, you feel energetically when people are around you, oh, this is a person I want to be around. This is a person I want to do business with. This is a person I want to be sold by, or whatever it may be, okay? So I invite you, continue to elevate those things. As you release and receive, you're gonna step into a greater level of wealth consciousness and allow yourself, another thing I'll mention is a wrap. Identify a wealthy version of yourself. When we use the alter ego, and I do the Claim Your Power NLP meditation, we're identifying a higher level version of you, much more abundant, much more connected version of you that feels safe around wealth. You can call that person forth at any time, all right? So talk soon.